The three most important things I learned in 2020. Number one, hyper accountability. We all know that being accountable is an important part of our success. If we work for a company, we're held accountable to be placed at a certain time and to deliver certain results. If we're married, we're in a relationship, a husband and wife, kids tend to hold us accountable as well. Being held accountable makes us more effective. If there is no accountability, we're not as good. That's why people have personal trainers, coaches. That's why they want good managers, because a good manager will hold you accountable. And that's where we become stronger and better. So for this particular talk, we'll talk a little bit about hyper accountability. So we all know what to do. We're often very self-motivated and we want to do stuff, but we sometimes don't follow through and get it done. And then we have a bunch of excuses and good reasons why we didn't do those things. No, it's not because we're lazy or bad people. It's often because of this whole concept of being accountable. So let's take a look at why we don't, right? It's not because we don't know what to do, how to do it. It's easy to find out how to do stuff these days. Google it, ask somebody who it's quick, right? But still, we don't do it. And that's because we're not always being held accountable. In a recent interview where Julian Smith was interviewing um, somebody who had set up a coaching business to help people lose weight, the guy came up with a great idea. He sent out weighing scales to all of his clients. But this was no ordinary weighing scales. This weighing scales had built-in technology to send the time that the person stood on the weighing scales, or when they stood on there, more importantly, how much they weighed. But the whole thing is about getting the person to lose weight. But if there's nobody around to hold them accountable, they're heading for that fucking fridge. So this, excuse me, with this, it made all the difference when they knew, when they stepped on that somebody else knew that they had actually weighed themselves, which is one of the things to keep them accountable, but also what exact way. So that made them more aware, more mindful, more conscious of what they had to do. So that's that's pretty invasive. You think every time I got to step on it, somebody's gonna know it. Yeah, that's right. But it worked. It held people accountable, held them hyper accountable. So in other words, you're only going to get great results if you're being held accountable, and even greater results if it's hyper accountability. Based on that concept, every day I study Mandarin for an hour and a half, and I send results to a friend of mine, and I've maintained that for 245 days consistently. Now it's a habit and it's relatively easy and I actually enjoy it. So at the beginning, being hyper accountable is tough because it's hard work. It's just like if a personal trainer takes you, he's going to work you hard to help you gain muscle or lose weight or become fit. So hyper accountability is at another level, and it's only for those who were really motivated, really serious about it getting results. If you really want to lose that weight, really want to have more clients, develop more income, manage your finances, manage your life in some area more than you've done before, then hyper accountability is the way to go. It's hard, but as they say, if you want a hard life, do the easy things. And if you want an easy life, do the hard things. Second thing I learned from 2020 is focus. The minute you are not focused on the thing that's going to make you successful, then you are wasting time and money. I learned this the hard way by getting involved in a company that wasn't really what I should be focused on, what I really enjoy, and what I'm really good at, which is training and coaching. Didn't work out. But it's not just coaching in that bigger scheme of things. It's not focus on the bigger scheme of things. It's also focused on the day-to-day stuff that you must get done. So planning the night before helps you get that focus. And another number of key things again is where you use hyper accountability to make sure that you stay focused on the stuff. You could set up something with a friend or a coach or a trainer or a manager, whatever, to say, I'm going to hold myself accountable to get this done by this time. That's hyper accountability with a definite focus on the stuff that's important. And then you've got to cut out everything else. That's really how the power of focus is. Third point is how you use your time. And so there's two components to this. First of all, how you plan out your day. And secondly, how you use that energy during the day. I go to bed at 10, get up between 4 and 5. That sounds early, but if you take a look at that, that's between 6 and 7 hours of high quality sleep. You get your best sleep between the hours of 10 and 4. There's a link to the video below. Check that out. So, in addition to that, by the way, if I go to bed at 10 or 10:30, and I wake up at 4:30 and I feel exhausted, I'll sleep longer. I don't get up just because it's time to get up, but generally speaking, and I never use an alarm clock, because that's gonna drag you up from the bottom, and it's not good. It's not a good thing. But if you wake up naturally and you feel wide awake, get out of bed within 5 seconds. Just get up, get out. Don't be thinking about it, because if you do, you're gonna start to go back down into the sleep cycle again. Now, the additional component to this is that during the daytime, I always take breaks. I take two 20-minute breaks, two 20 minutes, and they're power naps. Also, will exercise and I'll do meditation. So I make sure that I stay effective during the whole day by taking suitable breaks. So, in summary, 2020, there's a lot more lessons, but here are some, here, there's three key things. First of all, be hyper accountable. Next, focus on the things that are going to make you successful. And third, plan out your day, making sure that you take enough relevant breaks so that your energy level is, on the stability, comes back up again. That's really phenomenal way to actually run your day. Hyper accountability, focus, proper rest, and planning. So, apply those three core things. There's a lot more you need to do, but apply those three core things for the next 12 months and guarantee you'll see a significant difference in the results that you're looking for. Powerful people make other people feel great about themselves.